Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey guys.
Hey. I hope well, I'm sure you got the notification. We're on Wednesday night. Is it Wednesday night?
You have to announce your special guest tonight.
Oh. Hey, everybody. Tonight, I'm our special guest. Our special guest. What am I saying? What's happening
Yeah,
here?
I understand you're nervous.
Okay. Our special guest tonight is the one and only my wife, Wendy. Okay. She's the special guest tonight, and I'm so excited to have her with me. Say hello, honey.
Hello, honey.
I knew.
So I'm Wendy Roberson, and I've been married to this wonderful guy for 16 plus years. We met and married within 6 months, and we just celebrated our 16th anniversary? 15th.
Just?
Well, in January.
16. It was 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just celebrated our 16th anniversary.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing.
It's life.
We've had a lot of ups and downs, as most married people know you have. But I'm so happy that we keep sticking in there. We keep persevering and going through whatever challenges come our way, because it's always good to taste the victory.
Okay, there you go. There you have it. You heard it from the co-captain.
Yes, that's
right.
right.
You heard it from
the co-captain for tonight.
That's right, for tonight. Hey, Luana, how are you?
Hello, Luana.
Hey, look, guys, as we come on tonight, some of you coming on, you're just seeing my lovely
Tell us
partner
where
in
you're
crime.
coming from.
Lynn, hey, Lauren Pilgrim. Hi,
Hey,
Lauren.
Lynn.
Hey. Oh yeah. And shout out your city, or your what they say, your hood, or whatever.
Yeah, rep your hood, baby.
Yeah, we want to answer some questions, but before we do, we're going to take a few housekeeping tips. First of all, we have a tour coming up on June 28th.
Well, the kickoff.
The kickoff tour is June 28th, right here in Atlanta. All right, Lynn, you're in H-Town. We're coming to H-Town the end of July. Lauren, you're in Virginia Beach. We're coming to DMV this year also. Go to mapsforreal.com and you'll find out where we are, and you got to join us. You got to join us. Hey, Dee, what's up? Good to see you. Hey, Pastor Cal and Wendy. Chef CC Renfirm visiting grandkids in Atlanta. You're right here in the A. That's where we are.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Allie E, how you doing, sweetie? You're in Queens, New York.
Hey, Allie E.
Awesome. You guys have heard her comments, or rather read her comments. This is her in person, okay? And only God knows what's going to happen.
You're supposed
this
to announce
evening.
your special guest.
I
you
already
did.
Earlier, Hey, everybody. This is my wife.
Yeah.
This is my wife, Wendy.
Hi, guys.
And I'm announcing her again. So it's great to be here. Look, tonight we're going to be answering some questions.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. So we're going to start off with some questions that have been asked to us, but we're not going to be locked into these. If you have any other questions or you want to add on to these, you'll have your hands full today. Oh boy, you know, don't you? Hattiesburg, Mississippi. What? I was in Hattiesburg in college. Oh my gosh. You're not that far from Jackson, I don't think. If I'm not mistaken, you're not that far from Jackson, Mississippi. Wow. And Vicksburg, or is it closer to Vic? I'm not sure. I'm not a Mississippian, but I've been there quite a few times. Awesome. So welcome, guest 40761 Russell. Okay, well, let's start. What questions do you have here? Let's start with the question that was asked to us already.
Yes.
Which one do you want to? Which question of the many do you want to handle, honey?
The first one.
All right, great. Which is what?
Why do I miss being alone even though I love my partner?
Woo! Why do I miss being alone? Now, the questions are: you saying you miss being single? or you miss being alone, because those are two different questions, I would assume.
Yeah.
So this call is asking, why do I miss being alone even though I love my partner? Why do I miss being alone? You want to take a stab? Or want me to go?
Well, I mean, I know that when you get married, that shouldn't take away your individuality. So there are still things that you want to do. There are still ways you want to be. Of course, there's compromise because you are married and you have to work as a team now, as a part of a team. But your individuality is still there, and so I don't think it's a matter of not loving your partner.
Oh God, no.
No, you just need that alone time. You need to just kind of regroup, regenerate, revive, yourself.
Right. And this it explores the idea of autonomy, or you might be feeling a loss of identity, or you might just need some emotional breathing room in your marriage. There's nothing wrong with needing room. Hey, Jeffrey, what's up, man? There's nothing wrong with needing room or needing space or needing time alone. I think we're so afraid to say to our partners, I need some time by myself. It's okay. Am I right?
Yeah. You're always right.
Shut up. No, I'm not. But thank you, you're learning. But no, I need some time by myself. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I encourage it. I tell people back before COVID, that was BC, before COVID, when people would work and somebody would be home, or they were both working and getting home, or whatever, I would tell people quite often, listen, when you get home, take some time alone, decompress. You're coming from the office, you both are coming from the office, or maybe somebody's staying at home, you've had a long day. You need some alone time. Even Jesus had alone time. He went away, he said, look, give me some time to pray and meditate. So there's nothing wrong with being alone, or with expressing that you need alone time. Wouldn't you agree?
Somebody asked to repeat the question.
The question was, why do I miss being alone even though I love my partner? Why do I miss being alone even though I love my partner? And we're not exclusively answering this question. This is just one question that was asked.
Yeah. But you know what?
Yeah.
I have something. Have any of you guys ever felt lonely? Now, this is different. Missing being alone is one thing.
And we see your question, Dee. We're going to get that next.
Yeah, missing being alone is one thing. But there are some people who actually feel lonely.
Difference.
Yeah. When they're with their spouse.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, baby.
There's a big difference between being alone and being lonely.
Yeah.
Okay. Being alone simply means that I am out of, I don't have contact with other people, and I've chosen to. That can be a voluntary or an involuntary thing. Mm-hmm. Being alone, and it's more of an external reality where no one is in my presence, no one is in my proximity. But being lonely is an internal reality. That's something which says there's something inside me missing that's allowing me or causing me to feel as though I'm devalued, to feel as though no one understands me, or to feel as though I'm in my space and for some reason or another, no one else is in it. My internal space, not my geographical space, but my internal space. Yeah. So being alone is easy. Hang out with your friends. Being alone is very easy. Call up somebody, talk to them on the phone. Hey, call your phone. You can solve that. But being lonely is a much deeper issue that's a lot of times comes from some past trauma, some past inability or reticence to connect with other people. And as a result, you live into this dark, desolate space inside. And that actually requires some counseling or some professional help.
Do you feel, though, that people just suffer in silence a lot of times?
Most of the time.
Because you don't want to be vulnerable enough to say, hey, I feel lonely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're going to, you don't want to feel like unheard.
Right.
Or laughed at in some cases.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy? Because, we're afraid of being laughed at when we all feel the same freaking thing. Yeah. It's so crazy, man. It's like, Okay, yeah, we all feel. I talked to a young man once who said, I struggle with loneliness, and I had to tell him, said, this is not about the proximity of people. This is about your internal struggles for fulfillment, your internal struggles for feeling as though you don't measure up. You're around people, but you internally have separated yourself, and that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Okay. Hey, I want to go on to one of the others.
D?
Yeah, D's question. D asked a question. I love this, D. She says, why are there so many single people these days, especially black women? Woo! Hey, Michelle, how are you? Why are there so many single people? Okay, first of all.
Well, let me just say this.
Go ahead.
I don't need a man. I want a man. I don't need a man. Can I just say that? Does that give a hint as to maybe one of the factors, not the entire reason, but one of the factors?
Yeah, the attitude behind that is definitely one. Going back to our previous conversation of being lonely and being alone, to say I don't need a person, a human in my life, or anyone who can become my co-partner, co-chairman, or whatever. To say I don't need it, I just want it, I don't need it, it sort of diminishes the other person's value. It's like, I don't need, there's nothing wrong with being needed. In fact, this is not something that men say. It is nothing that men, you will be hard pressed to hear those words come out of a man's mouth. I don't need a woman. I want a woman. You won't hear that, right? Because men will readily admit, oh no, I need a woman. Ain't no lie. I need a woman. I know I do. I need this woman. This ain't a want thing for me. It's a need thing, right? Now, I need my eyesight, but can I live without it? Absolutely. Do I want to live without it? Heck no. Do I want to live? Absolutely not. I don't want to live without her. I'm going to do whatever the heck I can to make sure I don't live without her. But do I need her? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And do I want her? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you understand what I'm saying? So that might be one reason, but I think a bigger reason is that we've been created, whether we have created this sort of disposable mentality and this FOMO that we live in, this fear of missing out. Whereas when there are a lot of women, and you find this just generationally, from millennials to generation with Z, and then the following generation of those people born in 2000s. So you're finding different dynamics happening because there's so much exposure to information and internet. We have developed sort of a disposable type attitude in life. If I'm scrolling my phone and there's something I don't like, let me go to the next. Let me go to the next. Okay. That thing right there, especially when it comes to online dating and all that, it gives us this attitude is if we don't like it, we move on. So imagine this in your 20s, which back in the day were prime marrying years. A woman my mom got married at 28. They thought she was an old maid, right? I'm serious, God bless her. She's no longer with us, so I can tell this business. But she thought, I think it was me.
Well, she can hear you. You don't know.
It wasn't, but she all right. Okay. But the fact of the matter, she probably laughed. But the fact of the matter is, during those are prime marrying years. But now it's like, no, I'm waiting for my 666, my 6 feet tall, 6 figures, and six pack.
In a pack, 6-pack. Yes.
Right, I'm waiting for that. And so a lot of these good people, these good guys, stable guys who are going to make you great husbands, you pass them on. And then in your 30s and in your 40s, okay, now I need to start looking for somebody. You know how many black women I've talked to in their 40s, in their 30s? I'm either on the show and on the show. They're like, it's hard to find somebody. It wasn't as hard in your 20s.
Well, that is true. Do you feel like...
And I see your question next, Jeffrey. I got you.
Go ahead. Do you feel like the older women get, the chances of finding someone decreases as opposed to the opposite from men? The
women in general.
They become more desirable?
Women in general, the older you get, the more difficult it is. It's like, once you get in your 40s, and I used to remember the stats. I can't remember them right now. But once you get in your 40s, that your matchability decreases substantially. 50s, oh my God, you're getting almost by the time you get in your 50s, there are greater odds with you being struck by lightning. Okay, I'm sorry, it's the truth, But the fact is, women need to understand if you're single now.
Wait, that went over my head. You say there's a greater chance of being struck
by lightning, yeah, in your 50s. It's like 1 in 10,000.
Good though. I mean, but if you're keeping yourself up.
Okay, how straight can I be? How honest can I be?
Be straight, baby.
Okay.
Be straight.
Okay,
the people need you to be straight.
Okay.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay.
The fact of the matter is, what were you saying? If you're 50s, you keep yourself up.
Yeah.
If you're in your 50s
uh-huh.
and you're keeping yourself looking good, that's awesome.
Okay.
Like you. If I'm meeting you today, it's on and popping.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, if you are in your 50s,
mm-hmm.
you want to look for men who are older.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's going to be your market. You might find some guys who are younger, but those are outliers. The majority of men who are younger looking for women. If they're looking for older women, they're looking for women for different reasons. It may not always be just to, to date. They might be, just to hook up. They want to be an older woman or what have you. Netflix and chill, just smash and dash, hit it and quit it, whatever.
Yeah.
But are these rules written in stone? Absolutely not. But I'm saying that the older a woman is, let's just be honest with it. The older a woman is, then the more difficult it is. The older a man gets, he gets gray hair, they consider it wisdom. They consider it charming, especially if he keeps himself up. He's a silver fox now.
Oh, yeah.
A woman who gets old.
She's not a silver.
Tina Fox?
Is she a silver something?
I don't know. I'm not going to say. I'm not insulting women with gray hair. And that ain't going to happen.
But silver fox is not an insult to men.
No.
Jeffrey had something to say earlier.
Yeah,
He
Jeffrey,
said he doesn't like
gosh.
to leave. I know what it is because I read it. He doesn't like to leave his wife. His
fiance.
His fiance. He likes to be.
I don't miss being alone. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He likes to be up by her side 24/7.
And not get tired of being around her. Yeah.
Right. And it kind of like it hurts a little when she has to have her alone time.
Oh wow, yeah. Dude, I love that. Man. Do not quit that.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say. Don't listen to your boys because they don't know nothing. Don't quit that. If you love being around your woman 24/7, that's where you want to be. Winnie and I, we spend so much time together. We laugh, and this is a little weird, but during COVID, God bless everybody who was injured, everybody who was sick. God, all those. Please, Lord, be with those who we lost. But COVID, being in the house 24/7 we had a ball.
We had a good time.
We did.
Yep.
I'm sorry. We were around each other 24/7, 365. We were like, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? Wake up in the morning. Okay, fine. We can't go nowhere. Wow. You know what? And it became so. But that comes from being allowing yourself to get used to somebody, allowing yourself to realize that, hey, look, I can be me in front of her and be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be away to be okay. I hope that makes sense. Hey, from St. Lucia.
But there are some people
Angie.
who need their time and the space, and if it's mutually agreed upon and everybody involved,
Mm-hmm.
is fine with it, then why not?
Yeah.
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Kimberly Banks, what do you all think about the growing practice of people having open marriages, polyamory? Okay, Neo in the house. Listen, first of all, it's the devil. No, but seriously, it's the devil. No, but for real, it's the devil. Polyamory is a modern slang for I want to be a hoe. I mean, let's just be real with it. Let's just be real. Polyamory, I love a number of people. That's BS. We're not in that culture in the West. Now, in the Eastern culture, I understand.
Polygamy.
That's polygamy.
But that's something different.
That's different than polyamory.
And it's a part of the culture.
It's a part of the culture. Yeah, but polyamory says, I just want to love many people. I want to just be.
I want to love anybody.
That ain't nothing new. Just because you give a name to it, it's the same trash. We can put it up in a nice hefty bag with a red bow. It's the same garbage. I want to screw around. Period.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Call a spade a spade.
Call it what it is.
It's actually kind of like...
And that I'm not being preachy or nothing. Let's just be real with it, though.
No, it's actually kind of like minor attracted persons. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. But those are pedophiles trying to normalize what they do.
Yeah.
Minor attracted persons. No.
No.
Just call a spade a spade.
There's a reason that a young person, a child, cannot drive a car. There's a reason they cannot buy alcohol. There's a reason they're called minors, because they don't have the decision capacity and the maturity to make those major decisions. Okay? So now you're going to tell me that I should be allowed? No, don't give me that. Don't give me that. I have zero tolerance for that. Zero tolerance for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Wendy, I don't play that. You mess with kids? No, I don't. No, I don't play that at all. And I'm sorry, we went. Yeah. So I hope that got you, Gene. Not, and I know you're just asking because it's a practice. I know ain't nothing you're dealing with. And Gene Glasgow, I had a young man say to me recently, I need you to be my wife. And I found it hilarious at the time. But talking to him now, I realize girl, look. Dude says, I need you to be my wife. Okay. When? Right now or in time?
Well, wait, we have to be, is she open to
yeah, well, yeah. She said,
husband?
look, that's the question. Are you open to see the husband? Because dude is saying, I need you to be my wife. First of all, I'm going to give him mad props. I give him props on top of props because he's coming in saying, I need you, which we talked about earlier. Men ain't got no problem saying I need you. Secondly, I need you to be my wife. That's possession. He's saying, no. I'm ready to lock this thing down. Now, if he met you on the first date and said that, then you might want to just back up a little bit. But if it's somebody you know, somebody you've been dealing with, somebody you've been dating, and he says, I need you to be my wife. He's saying, I got a void in me, girl, and I want to be your mom, I want to be your dad, I want to be your brother, I want to be your sister. You know what I'm saying? I want to be everything to you, baby. I'm sorry, I went to
the moon.
That's the Mac. Maybe we can go to the moon, baby. He said, but how, okay, forget it. Y'all didn't see the Mac. That's one of my favorites. But that's what he's saying, right? I want you to be my wife. That's real stuff. That's real stuff. And if he said that, take him seriously. First of all, men don't throw around that W word.
Well, he said it back in,
She said, wife. Wife?
Oh, I was thinking married.
He said that to me back in 2018. I've known him since 2008. Well, y'all ain't married yet? So then obviously you don't want to be his wife.
She don't want to be his wife.
Well, then why we have this conversation, Ann? Why are we talking about this? You obviously don't want to be his wife. You don't. He said that back in 2018. You know him since 2008? Come on, baby girl. Come on now. If you're ready to be his husband, you would have been. Y'all been celebrating his wife. Y'all been celebrating your 10th anniversary now. But he was serious. Look, we've known a number of people who have passed up. He said no, he was not single then. Oh, woo. Okay, I see you.
Okay, well that adds a layer.
Okay, adds a layer, girl.
That adds a layer.
You got.
That's information we needed.
You got to explain that. You got to explain that. He was not single then, but he is now.
Wait, was he married? Because if he wasn't married.
Oh, irrespective. Married. Don't make a difference.
Do you guys feel it makes a difference? Like if you're just dating somebody and you see somebody else that you think that is a better fit for you as your spouse.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
But you're not married to anybody.
If you're not married.
Yeah, you're not married.
Oh yeah, that's not a problem.
What do you guys think? If you're not married, you're just in a relationship, and you meet somebody that you feel strongly that this person could be your spouse. Is it wrong? Do you guys feel like it's wrong to
for single people?
You're dating and you might be in a dating situation with somebody, and you like that person, but then you meet somebody else who's like.
We've seen that happen before. And I think that's what dating is for. If you found somebody and you believe this person is more compatible to you than the other person, then, what should you do about it? No, I would suggest that you, first of all, if I'm with my girl and we're dating as we did before marriage, I didn't meet nobody else and say, maybe, but I'm gonna go ahead and marry you anyway. But dang, look at her, Sue over there. Dang, but let's go ahead and get married because we date. Nah.
So it's not wrong to just drop somebody?
Well, no, I'm not gonna say drop. I can say lay down.
Okay. Lay them down.
Lay them down. Okay. You don't drop them. No, but look, marriage is too serious to go into it while your heart is with someone else. It's just too serious a thing.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. Yeah.
I
okay.
agree with that.
Someone said, is it possible to change the color of the text? I'm sorry, not in session, but we can. I'll look into that. They said they're blending with the color of your shirt. With my shirt, I thought my shirt was saving the day because it's dark.
I thought the text was white.
It is white. Yeah. I'm going to check into that. Chef CC, feast. I'm 58. Geesh, I'm 58. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Chef. Look, there again, as I said, there are exceptions to every rule. Is this written in stone? No. There are people, but remember, if you're in your 50s and you're dating, you're going to have to go a little older. You have to widen your gap. You just simply do. If I'm 58 and I'm out there as a woman and I'm dating someone, I need to go like 10 years up, 5 years back. I didn't create it. It's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? But 58-year-old women looking for 40-year-old men, no. Because 40-year-old men looking for younger women.
Well, there are
50-year-old men are looking for younger women.
But wait a minute.
But at some point it starts to...
There are some young men who look for older women.
There are outliers.
Yeah.
Nothing's absolute.
There is like a group of...
The question is why?
Because they're like older women.
Why?
Because they just do.
Do they want them for marriage?
Yeah.
Do they? So then they don't want children?
No, maybe not.
Okay, fine. They don't want children. They want them for marriage. Do they want somebody who can support them?
Maybe not.
Okay, fine. Well, if you find somebody like that, then woohoo.
Yeah.
Outside of that, she said don't want younger. Well, then that's it. She ain't trying to hear that. Okay. Let's continue.
Jeffrey said that
How do you read this stuff so quickly?
Jeffrey said that if he's dating, he's old school. So if he's dating somebody, he's not looking at someone else.
Come on, Jeffrey. That's why. You see, that's why I mess with you.
But
Jeffrey.
what if you meet somebody else that you? I guess what you're saying is that if you're dating somebody.
No, he said if I'm courting or dating someone, I'm not looking. But no, that's how it should be.
If you're
that's
courting.
But that's what we tell the kids. Like if you're dating. You date with a purpose.
Right. Yeah.
You're not dating just to taste. You don't commit. If you're in a committed relationship, there should be a goal. There should be a purpose.
Yeah.
You're not just out tasting, just like you go to Whole Foods and just nibbling. No, you go get a meal. You get a meal. You go to the gas register. This is what I want. My plan is to get there and purchase this and make it mine. So yeah, if you're dating with a purpose. Okay, fine.
My fiance is 8 years older than
my fiance.
Me.
Jeff is 8 years. Oh,
and I love
Jeffrey, mine.
Wow,
dude,
okay.
That's why I like you, my man.
Awesome.
Oh no, don't want the younger. And Jeff said your fiance is 8 years older. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Do you have children? Do you want children? Just because she's 8 years old. Look, my son married an incredible woman. She's just a few years older than him. Beautiful, right? So it's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. But I don't know how old you are, Jeffrey. If you're 40 and she's 48, children are still very possible. It's still very, very possible. So I'm just curious to know how you guys work those things out. That would be very interesting to know. Desiree Facey said, Pastor, based on the probability of finding someone in your 50s, is an app recommended at spam. Based on the probability of finding someone in your 50s, is an app recommended at this time? Based on the probability of finding someone, is there an app recommended at this time? Yes. I suggest you sign up for Marriage Ain't for Punks and tell everybody to do so. We are going to launch our matchmaking, and that will include people in their 50s. And there's going to be value-based matchmaking. So you're not just getting a bunch of busters who just try to hit it and quit it, okay? So be patient with us, because once we launch the matchmaking, it's going to be incredible, okay? So yes, there is hope. Thank you. Yes. So that's what we are. We got
That's our time for today.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to take one more.
Go ahead, take one more.
Is there one more question before we go? Okay, plug. Right, exactly. That's a plug. Yeah. That's all. Excellent, Desiree. Thank you so much. Well, look, let me finish up by telling you guys this. If you are in the areas of Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia, Chicago, or LA, go anywhere in those vicinities. I don't care if you're in San Diego. Okay, LA is just an hour away, a couple hours away. You know, if you're in Dallas, Austin, fine. Right near Houston. Okay, DMV, Baltimore, you in. Philly, you in. So what I'm saying is that go to the relationship tour tab in the app, click on it, get your tickets. Okay, get your tickets. People are buying tickets as we speak. We have a limited number. If you're in Atlanta or anywhere around Atlanta, Georgia, Tennessee, anywhere around, please go ahead and get your tickets right now.
Yeah,
okay?
guys, listen, we're pretty excited about this the tour that's coming up. You guys really need to be there. It's going to be fun, enlightening, and transformative. That's the part that we really love. We have a surprise guest expert that is phenomenal. I saw this person on TV when they were doing their thing, and I kid you not, I felt like I was getting my counseling from Cal, and I said, oh my gosh, if I had to get counseling from anybody else, this person would be it.
Yeah,
and
you did say
this
that.
This is our special guest expert in Atlanta, and she's it's a surprise.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she is.
So look, guys, thank you so much for your time. We're going to come back on again on next week.
Yeah.
You know, but please, trying to prolong my stay before heading back to the DR so I can attend. Yay! That'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. So go and pick up your ticket, and we want to see you guys there. All right.
Yeah.
God bless you. Much love, and we'll see you guys on next week, Wednesday. We're gonna do Wednesday next week also.
Bye, guys.
Okay? Take care. Thanks, honey.